Every day I wake feel like my life on the line. Jungle in these streets, pick the beats on the line. Hustle to increase, put it all on the line. House to spouse, family, freedom, walking yards on the line. Every day I wake feel like my life on the line. Jungle in these streets, pick the beats on the line. Hustle to increase, put it all on the line. House to spouse, family, freedom, walking yards on the line. Every day on the line. Every day.
What's up, squares everywhere? Beware. I'm JJFomby. I'm here with Junior for the On the Line podcast show. What's the deal, dog?
What's up, homeboy? What's happening?
Hey, man, fair to be a square, man. We're gonna jump in straight to the activity with Russia invading Ukraine. Let's get to that.
All right.
They getting active over there, man. It ain't a funny deal or nothing like that. It's just, man, it's like we get into one thing, and then we off into another thing. Vladimir Putin he with all the activity, man. I don't know what, it's a history, religion, issue thing going on between them two countries. They used to be from the set. We're gonna give it to it in the street term. They used to be from the set. They was riding with the homies, and all of a sudden they separated themselves from them. Or I think they've been back and forth, and I guess he just can't live without them, or whatever.
Sometimes people want to break off and do their own thing. They grow into themselves and they figure, hey, I got my own crew, and this is what I want to do now. If you don't like it, then we got to come to some agreement, which was a disagreement. So here we are.
Yeah, it's crazy that we, as the United States always say that they exercise diplomacy, and then look at the stuff, the conflicts we've been in and the wars we've been in. I don't know, it's kind of hard to say that, man. I know NATO was a bunch of different, in our terms, to be like different hoods hooked up to one unit, the press to keep everything leveled off, keep people from flashing out on each other, as far as NATO wise. And I don't know, man. That's crazy, because we're looking at the situation. There's people here from Ukraine, people here in the United States from Russia.
Yeah,
among us in our own country, in our own cities. And I think that's a trick, to be sitting here and then watching your native country getting bombed.
And some of them might have, since they became Americanized or became American citizens, but they still have their respective backgrounds, may have become okay with each other. Now this happened. It's like, now do we not get along or some shit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do we get cracking? Because we're correlating to the streets. We come from the streets, so we correlate this thing. It's not. We don't want to make it off like it's a joke. No, not, because there's loss of life involved, and we know about loss of life. By being from the community that we from both, or grew up in, and we watched many people lose their life through gunplay. So we want the record for the people to know we're not taking it lightly. It's just a trip. It's like we in the metaverse, bro. Like, here we is. These people over here, like you said, they're like, oh yeah, they just funking at the hood. It's like being on the yard, right? Like, you fucking on the streets.
Yeah.
Then you get up in the institution, then you start, you straight with such and such. And I ain't talking about the county jail. I'm just talking about when you're on them yards doing them life sentences and 30, 40, 50, 100 years, or 5 years, or 7 years, or whatever you're doing. You're on the yard. There's different politics on that yard that it is on the street. You got the street politics. That's one thing. You got the county jail politics. That's another thing. Then you get up on them yards. That's a different kind of politics. So all three of them, you can't run the same play that you run in the county jail on the streets. That ain't going to mix up for you. Ain't going to work out right for you. You can't take the county jail politics up on the yard, because they ain't going to mix out right for you. So they good for where they at. You understand where I'm coming from? Street politics.
Yeah.
County jail politics. Prison yard politics.
The trippy part about this is that the people from Ukraine and Russia that became Americanized or living their life, making a living over here, they still have families over there.
Right.
So you know, it's, you know, can they go home? Can they say, you know what, get out? I mean, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy how through the course of time, you know, if you peek in and out of the news, you kind of see this on the bubble. You know what
No,
I mean? And then America go over there, I guess, you know, I don't know too much about it, but what I do know, do we go over there and try to be the mediator, or we try to, you know, hey, I'm
no,
gonna get this back
no,
for you, or I mean, you
no.
know, whatever.
No, I'm gonna say like this because you know you can different. You know, yeah, part of the game, right? Yeah, it's part of the game.
Yeah.
Just like I'm a correlated to when you get involved. Have you ever like I got a cousin, right? And I ain't gonna say her name, right? But when I was younger, she had got into it with her dude, and so it was me and my cousins, well, three of my cousins, which is her brothers. We was at church, man, and she got into it with dude, right? And dude, you know, put his hands on her outside the church, not inside the church, outside the church, right? We talking about in the 80s. And I had never seen nobody hit none of my cousins before, like, you know what I mean? So I flashed out on the nigga, right? Went on one, right? Man, while I'm on this bumper, she jump on my back.
That's usually how it go, man.
So I'm
That's
like, what
yeah.
is this? I'm on this fool because he touched you, and I'm defending you, and you jump on my back. From that point on, I stay out of people's relationships. I'm a
Yeah.
young. I'm just going on the play like, oh no, you don't do that. Woo 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 woo, right? She turned on me, dog, behind her dude. And you know, older brothers after it was all said and done, you know what I'm saying? My brother, my two cousins, Pat and Garen and Fred, you know, we was like, man, woo, because I ain't go into so much of the details of what I'm trying to
Right.
do. I was trying to get him, right? So,
Oh yeah, he putting his hands on somebody you love.
yeah. So you know, I'm on what I'm on, right? So I use that as the example when we get in other people's business. You got where I'm
Yeah.
coming from? You jumping in talking about you for the help, they might turn on you. So I'm
It's a
no, man.
possibility.
And then at the same time, here we go with the media, you know what I'm saying? World media, United States media, and other countries with their media talking about this and that, and it seems like they instigating the matter, like they blowing smoke on the coals to keep the fire, to get the fire to stay up and going. So you got to watch what you say to people because when they're in a conflict, because like again, I had scenarios where I jumped up like, man, woo 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 woo, and the whole thing turned on me. Like, wow, wait a minute, I'm finna get on, we finna get on this, get on it. So again, it's like this internet social media thing. You got to watch what things you jump on because you don't know who got favoritism, who's sliding
Oh
bread with
yeah.
who. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing with the world politics, with the government. You got to watch who aligned with who. You don't know who is with who. Got where I
And
come
then you
from?
never know who else might get in, you know, somebody else might get involved later on down the line. But my question is, you know, us being as American citizens, the viewers and the listeners, you know, if you are American citizens, how does that affect us?
Well,
What's going on over there?
I got a little thing.
Or will it affect us?
Well, first of all, you know, like every time when the U.S. is or some conflict going on, you'll tell them, hey, look, if you with us, you're time to bounce. You need to shake the spot. But I'm saying how it's affecting us immediately. Like right now, they jacking the gas prices up on us.
Oh,
What the hell? And he talking about running sanctions on them. Look, everything Prue don't give a damn about no sanctions. He ain't give about none of that. He like, man, hell, let them just do their talking. Woo, 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 woo. We finna run and play. He sent them troops up in there. They bombing folks in
yeah.
there. So, look, man, look, it's pandemic or not. I don't know, man. It's like,
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I forgot, man. Look, they
yeah,
didn't let
so
the monkey out over there, boy.
man, look, I ain't trying to be the, you know, I ain't no preacher, pastor, teacher, counselor. You know what I'm saying to you is that, man, it's starting to get a little creepy right here on some different stuff. Biblical moves going down. That's all I'm telling you right now. You know, I'm just looking at, you know,
hey man, it's a lot of fighting going on, man, and for us, you know, you got people who not into that political stuff. They just want to, you know, shit. They just want to go to work, you know, do their thing and come home. But now this is affecting us as far as number one is the gas prices. We all know, take the train, bus, or whatever the case may be. We might look at it going into, and it seems like it's going into the summertime as it gets close to that. We might be looking at $6 a gallon, man.
Yeah, listen, you know what I do to make my money, you know, what kind of business I'm
in.
Yeah,
right.
So I'm looking at it like this. Prices gonna have to go up. It's gonna have to be, you know, covered. Somebody gonna have to cover this. Right?
Oh yeah, it's like a if they charging me this, I'm gonna have to charge you that, and then it just go down. Well, I'm at the you know, that's just how it is.
It's just like, you know, I've been back in it, like I know the people I deal with from different countries and different states that come here and they see the gas price, they be like, oh wow, man, look at them gas prices. I'm like, what, that's $4.25. What's happening? They're like, oh no, I just left Wichita, Kansas. It's $2.75. I'm like, man, stop playing. Like, no,
they are
like,
for real.
Honey, tell them. They're like, yeah, our gas price ain't this high. And then look, we drive right past a oil refinery on the 405. Hell, they charging us to drive it from making over the crude oil into gas over there and oil refining and driving it across the street and smacking us with the price. But then if they send it on the train and send it to Detroit, Chicago, Miami, Montana, Washington, it's $3.25. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the prices are different.
Something ain't right about that mathematics. But also
it's the state California taxes.
What America is getting into, and it's sad because we may have friends and family who may have to go out there and get involved in that, being in the military.
Well, that's true, but at the same time, they say, you know, a pair of lips say anything. Repeat that again. A pair of lips will say anything. So the president is saying at this time, Biden is saying, oh, no boots on the ground. Okay. Yeah, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10 weeks down the road, we all up in it, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard to get shit off on you once you get on you. If we get down into the shit, man, if we get down in the shit gonna get on us. And it's hard to clean shit up off you. I know. Well, I'm trying not to, you know, I got to give it to them so they can understand it, the people, the viewers, and the listeners.
Yeah. So I just don't want to forget the people that we love and have friends and families who may have somebody that has to go get out and go get busy down there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got somebody that's have to get, man, you know, prayers go out to them. Everybody, you know, who got to get involved, all the news reporters who got to go down there and get their footage and say, yeah, just watch yourself, man.
Yeah. It can get ugly. Man, it's crazy. We going from the crisis that's been there for the last couple years, and then here we go with the conflict. You know, it ain't us, but I flipped the whole at us, our involvement particularly. Here we probably slide them pistols, sliding, you know, bombs like you go on, do your thing. I'm over here. You know what I'm coming from? Or slide it to the allies. They know that's the game. That's part of the game. That's how politics is ran. You don't understand me? If you don't understand politics, you do. Because if you go to a church, if you go to a mosque, a temple, or if you go to you work at work, you in Cub Scouts, you're on a football team, soccer team, bowling team. You know how politics is. It's you 3 or 4 people who come together to side against other people that ain't with you on what you own.
Yeah, you know, and usually
you know how that game goes. Don't play like y'all don't know what it is.
Usually in situations like that, man, majority rules. But
yeah, the numbers. Looking for the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Numbers with numbers, you got power. That's how that goes. I use the term politics. That's what I mean. Art of manipulation. Woo. You understand me? If you listen, you just slow. You didn't pay attention.
So now, with that being said, speaking of politics, off a branch that's trickling down, you know, when we usually use the term law and law library, some people who are not privy to it think it's just dealing with prison stuff. No, that's not correct. Am I right?
No, it's not. We got a situation right now with Gaston, LA County the new district attorney for LA County. They trying to run him out of here part 2. So they tried to do a recall the first time a couple months ago, a couple weeks ago. Now they running it back again on him again, based on a matter that took place dealing with it was sexual predator type case that went down. And I want to make a mark on something right quick. Here in the state of California, all the tough on crime acts, repeat, all the tough on crime acts are always based on sex offenses. And then it don't affect the sex offender, it affects everybody else but the intended target.
Yep. So it just kind of curves around him and hit the people who has nothing to do with that.
Exactly. And I used up the California 3-strike law. And why I say that? Because I was affected with the 3-strike law. And that case was that law was built for sex offenders. And it did not affect sex offenders. You might have caught a few up in there, but it caught less of them.
The majority of regular offenders. They call it regular offenders.
Yeah.
Now, before you go on, a lot of people who may or may not know this Gascon guy, he was elected and he just had it bad from the gate. Nobody really wanted to see him there.
Well, I kind of compare him to Brown, our last governor, before Gabanusa got in there, right?
Right.
So Brown was an attorney. He wasn't just a regular truck driver. He wasn't no gardener or no chef or no school teacher. He was an attorney at law. So there's a difference when you know the law. Mm-hmm. Once you know the law and you pass the bar and you able to articulate how law should be read or how law should be carried out as it's handed down by the court system, then that burden falls upon you to exercise your duty as an officer of the court. For any attorneys, okay, even some paralegals, right? So he knew the law. Brown knew the law. They was like, oh, the Brown is this, Brown is that. He was getting hit with them federal court, 9th Circuit Court, appellate courts, state courts, 9th Circuit Court, U.S. Supreme Court, handing down rulings that he had to comply to keep, to comply to the orders that were coming down. Same thing with him, with Gascon. He knows some of them laws ain't right. And then when Garcetti was in, I'm not talking about the mayor Garcetti, I'm talking about his daddy, Gil Garcetti. Gil Garcetti just didn't give a damn by nothing. He just ran the play. Oh, this what it is? I'm just gonna be gunning down folks, locking folks up. He just ran up the numbers. He didn't give a damn. He didn't have no retribution behind what he did or nothing. He was just locking niggas up for all kind of this crazy stuff. Give niggas hundreds of years. I mean, a lot of them dudes didn't make it out. Shout out to all the brothers who did not make it out, make it home to their families because of the law, the 3-strike law, and then Garcetti. Garcetti, LA County put more people in prison under that 3-strike law that didn't deserve life sentences. Not saying they deserve to go to jail. I'm talking about sentences.
And most of those life sentences, came. The 3-strike came at a petty, the petty offense. Weed, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. A stolen car, a little ounce of this, a little ounce of that. Yeah. That's what really hit people over the head and got them that 3-strike. It wasn't a major crime that they had did.
Exactly. So I'll go back to Gascon remembers all this, and he's an attorney. So I'm not saying he letting people out of jail. He's just going by the law. But people that I understand, like when you get caught, when somebody files a case, somebody get robbed, and they go, oh man, I got robbed from I opened my store, and they ran in my store, and they laid me down, tied me up, right? And then the cops, they want the people like, hey man, did y'all find the people that robbed us? Then it's hard for them cops in the district attorney say, nah, we ain't found them. Like, oh man, y'all not doing your job. So they looking for blood. The victims are looking for blood. They want somebody head on the stake, going to jail or getting executed for robbing somebody.
Somebody got to pay for this.
Exactly. That's bottom line. So there are times that they didn't just rake folks in, gave folks cases, and then like half of them articulate, what you call it? They artistic, can't read, can't write, mental health issues and all. Just stuck them with cases. There's some niggas that did some stuff that just got away with some stuff. Got where I'm coming from. So
let me ask you this.
Hold on, June. Let me get to the point about Gascon. Gascon said, "Look, man, if you do something, you're going to jail. I'm not putting all them enhancements all on you. You get busted for something, we're gonna run that. You're going to jail. Okay, I ain't doing nothing wrong. Got where I'm coming from? There's a lot of people that slip through the cracks. Got where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Through various reasons, through wealth, laziness, incompetence, ineffectiveness of counsel, etc.
Loopholes.
Got you. Changes of laws changes every day.
They do.
So, I just said that about him, about law library, about Gascon. He's doing his job. He's not standing in front to the bruise and listening. No, Gascon not sitting out there. Everybody go to jail in LA County. He's the attorney sitting at the table. No, he got other people. He managing them from different. There's other people. There's a pecking order. There's a chain of command. Other attorneys are fighting those cases. They just up under his tutelage. He's not sitting there fighting them cases one-on-one.
Right. Yeah, he got a team. He got a team a team of people he deal with.
You know what I mean? So y'all smashing on Hey, listen, man. The politics is something. He rubbed somebody the wrong way.
I think the problem is with him. When he first came into office, got elected, or what have you, he was taking the gang enhancement off. A lot of people really got slam dunked because of that. That was more vicious than the crime they actually done.
Exactly. See, these
you know what I'm saying? So a lot of murderers was getting out, a lot of people, but here's the tricky part.
Wait a minute, hold on.
What side do you go with? You have a family who is a victim.
Time out. What you mean a bunch of murders was getting out? What are you talking
about? Hold on, listen. So when he got elected or got into office, a lot of people was mad because the victims were saying he was letting the offenders get off with like slaps on the wrist, getting out, and stuff like that. But then you have a person who has a family say, I don't want my family member, my brother, my uncle, my whatever, to get all this time. So how do you work that? I can't please everybody. So if I let him off early, you get mad. If I give him all this time, you get mad. So what do I do?
What he's doing is following the law. See, that's where the ignorance come in at. He's following the law. You got a low term, you got a midterm, and you got a high term. Low term is 2 years, 16 months. Midterm, 3 years. The high term is 9 years or 8 years. You understand where I'm coming from? He's giving them time. He's just not stacking it up on them.
And see,
the key away from him.
What people should do, exactly listen to what you said. So when you have a case and you going and you're the victim and you going to court and you trying to see this person get what you want him to get and they don't get that, go back and do your own research and say, well, I was hoping he got life, or I was hoping he got this for doing this to my family member. You got to go and read the guidelines of that case and situations to see why he didn't get what you wanted him to get.
Exactly. So
that's why it's called the law library. You can't depend on a hope and a prayer thinking, oh, he got manslaughter. I want him to get 20 years in life. It don't work that way. They got to go with the guidelines. Like you said, there's a high, there's a low, there's this and there's that. We know that because unfortunately we tangle with, a little law here and there. But I think that would help people a lot if they know the law and go see what the guidelines is. Then they won't feel as bad when they family member get this type of time, or when they go to court hoping this person that did something wrong to their family member don't get what they expect them to get. Now you looking at the lawyer like, we paid you all this money and this and that, and you didn't do. Well, he's just going by the guidelines in the book. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bingo.
Yeah. So again, that goes for the plaintiff and the victim. Got where I'm coming from? The defendant has to know the law. whatever crime you commit, you need to know how much time that carries before you go
Yes.
commit that crime. If it's one of them
Yes.
situations, you know where I'm coming from? So again, a lot of people that commit crime don't know how much time that crime carries. They'll get up in there and they get a PD or state appointed attorney and just sit back and like, yeah, whoa, I'm gonna line them up. Let's go up in there and let's do it. You know where I'm coming from? Or I'll take that deal and I'm get up out of here. You got where I'm coming from? There's a lot of mitigating factors involved in the whole thing. I'm not no lawyer. I usually fight my cases either per or per co-counsel. Means I represent myself in the past as an attorney, my own attorney, and then I had an attorney on the side of me to help me when I got stuck on stuff I didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I'd be co-counsel. So a lot of y'all don't understand that I activate my Faretta rights.
So where can somebody who's not up on this and again, just because you don't know all this stuff, that law librarian sentencing and all that, don't make you ignorant or dumb or none of that. You just don't know. So where can a person go to learn all this, or just read up on it and kind of get into it?
Then first of all, they go to city college and take a paralegal class, or go
online. Okay, let's say they don't want to do that. Let's say they just want to go to get some books and look at a case and say, oh, this carry this much time, or they want to look up some cases.
Let's look as far as the state of California, and then they call the California Penal Code. Go get the 2022, 2021 California Penal Code book, and finger that around. You'll see what the high, the low, midterms of the sentencing is of that. So I'm just letting you know about as far as Gaston. He's following the law. And people don't want you to follow law. They got the things in their head, how things should go. And then when you get in that courtroom, there's a whole nother ball game going on. And then with the thought in their head, how it's going to pop off in the courtroom, they get in there and look like a dumbass and get their head handed to them. Because they got that bullshit in their mind. And then inside that courtroom, it'll go down like that.
No, it don't.
Law. And just because you don't know the law, that's the ignorance of the law is not an excuse. Repeat, ignorance of the law is not an excuse because you don't know the law. I know what to do. Now they don't run that. They presume that you know the law already, or did what you did. Go do your research,
or they assume just common sense. You know right from wrong.
Yeah, for sure. What did it say? What did it say? Can I put up an ad for legal counsel? We do got legal counsel. He just got through. He be fighting the case right now, and he on his way back. But yeah, we got legal counsel. So anyway, push past all that. I just wanted to say those few things about those topics we discussed. Another day we'll go more into it. Junior, what month is this?
This is February, going towards the end, leading into March.
It is Black History Month.
Towards the end, but speaking of that, have we made it?
Black folks.
We don't need a month, 28, 30 days to see if we made it. And it's not just Black history. I just think it's as a culture. For me, looking at how far that we came and the things we have had our fingerprints on is just as a culture. Have we made it? That's a good question. I would say yes. I would say yes. We, as a culture, as a people, as a race, have we made it from where we've been 10 years ago, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago? Yes. Yes. And the reason why I say that now, because all the things that we as a culture used to get pushed out of, voting, certain jobs, certain places to eat, certain places to travel, hotels, however you want to do it, we're there now. We're there. They had special country clubs and golf and sports, and what they let Jackie Robinson in, and every facet of situation they wouldn't let us in as a people or as a culture. We're there now.
Okay. All right. We made it then. Like I say, we still got more room to grow. A whole lot more room
Absolutely.
to grow.
we always gonna have more room to grow. And for me, it's not just growing, it's just making where we are and where we got in, we making it more known to, hey, we can do this just like the rest of anybody else. You know what I mean? We are here and we are putting our input and our stamp that'll be recognized 30, 40, 50 years from now. So all those videos we seen in the past of, you know, being kicked out, not accepted, how we can go back and look at those now. I want us as a culture moving forward that people can go look back and say, man, you know, they have made that culture global, not just in America. Black people have made our culture global. You know, I remember growing up, we were looked upon when we had braids in our hair. You remember that? So when we had French braids driving around, you know what I'm saying? People, you know, now you got athletes wearing braids. You have people in commercial wearing braids, people on movies wearing braids. Now it's accepted.
Hold on. So I got to go in now.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I'm going on something, man. Listen. A lot of things have been accepted now that was not accepted when I grew up as well as you grew up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know, the cornrows, aka French braids, penitents,
tattoos.
Oh yeah, that was a major thing right there. And you listen, and then the art of music. Listen, I remember when Prince was sort of like devil worship music. I know devil worship music. That's Prince. Now you can put Prince on with a 12-year-old in the car, and it's cool. It's good. You ain't got they ain't saying nothing. Yes, time has changed. I remember when rocking khaki outfits wasn't even good. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
We looking at the Super Bowl. You got a bunch of non-affiliates. You know, I don't know if all of them was non-affiliates, but you know, probably was a gang non-affiliates khakied up. We was frowned upon rocking them khakis.
We were.
Bandanas, all that was frowned upon.
And our low ride. You get so many tickets and they impound your car just for anything. You know, oh, you got a tail light. I was like, what? You know, now it's in commercials, it's in movies, it's just, you know, we have and I think we as a culture have done a good job about, you know, pushing our way through and letting them know, hey, we got something to say, we got something to present, this is us. And like I said again, it's globalized all over the world, bro.
Yeah. Hey, look, all I can do is, I'm just riding the wave, dog. That's it. Life didn't change only in 50 plus years. Things have changed. Those who were frowned upon, wearing different kind of colors, wearing different styles of clothes. You know, a lot of things have changed, man, to now it's, you know, fashionable to wear certain type of outfits. When I grew up, when we grew up, it's like, man, what you got? What you got on?
Watch this. Watch this. It's fashionable to sea walk now.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying now?
Yeah. But look, you know what? I don't.
Hey. You on the line. You are on the line.
Yeah. I want to say something about that, right? And that's just because this is my opinion.
Okay.
And a lot of people, if you really knew what that sea walk was about, you wouldn't too much be up there popping it like that. Got what I mean? Meaning commercialized. But it's where it's at. The steamer went away from it. What it was originally, what it was for, to what it is today. And look, it is what it is, how it is. And the culture is not in, it's gone, baby. Ain't no time.
Hey, you know what? You cannot press delete on what we're doing. You can't.
No, it's a wrap. It's over. It's in play. Motion in play, history made, it's gone. So that's what it is. That's what it is now today. A lot of people thinking reason I say that because that was a victory dance. When it was a victory dance.
That I already, yeah. But see now, you know, we made it to where we've been accepted, and they understand. Hey, this is their culture, and we letting it be known. We got something to say. We got something to present. This is what we're doing.
Hey, listen, another thing, right? You're correct. Just like those tribal African dances, those dances meant something to those cultures, those tribes. And same thing with the brothers and the sisters that's from the islands. They have tribal dances. And so a lot of people that took these, when they come to this modern art dancing, they take bits and pieces from all these cultures and then form and show them and form them so dance routines, right?
Yeah, they get like a good choreographer.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean, like a drill team. So now you got everybody on this TikTok, right? They lip syncing, right? Other artists' music put into their videos, and they got them dancing with these drill team dances on TikTok. So a lot of stuff didn't change to where it was, what was fashionable, what was taboo. Hey, look, man, we in a whole nother world. We in the metaverse. The real life is turned into the metaverse. So that's where we at.
And you know, when we say have we made it, you know, when we as a culture has been screaming out, you know, hey, we want equal opportunity, we want to get paid. Now we as a culture, we're making some profit. Not money, but we're making profit.
Hey, look, hold up. We record, you know that, right?
Right. But I'm saying, no. Follow me where I'm going. So again, as I said years and years and years ago, the places we were not allowed to be, we pretty much are there now, and we're running it. Correct. As far as making our stamp. I'll start with sports. Remember, it wasn't no predominantly black this team, predominantly black that team. We could start off with the Boston Celtics. They were all white team.
Yeah.
Until Russell, you know, he went through a lot. Yeah. But these are what we say. These are people who paved the way so we can get the big money. You know, Ali went through all that so boxers can get paid. Now we're in positions in corporate entertainment and the athletic world where, hey, we at the top shelf now. So you have to deal with us. You have to. You may not like us, but you have to deal with us. There's no way around it. So have we made it? I say yes. Now, moving forward, I think where we go wrong is we don't want to give out the playbook to the up and coming people.
Ooh.
Kind of like, I'm going to tell you a perfect example for all the viewers and listeners out there. If you ever seen this movie Back to the Future, Part 3, or I think it's 2, Biff goes back and gives the almanac to his younger self. Wow. And he says, if you want to make it, this is the playbook right here.
Ooh. Ooh.
He went back. That's the main reason why he wanted to go back in time, to give his own self the playbook. So when he become older, you get what I'm saying?
I gotta go watch that movie. I ain't seen
right.
that.
So that's what we have to do. We can't just say, I'm looking out for me and I'm gonna get mine. No, we can't do that because the people before us didn't do that.
Hold up.
So we have to give when we in retirement, we have to pull the other up and coming people in. Hey, this is the playbook right here. You follow this playbook, you gonna win. And run the offense. That's all you got to do is run the offense. You're going to be all right. Look, you know what I'm saying?
We're going to leave that right there because that was a perfect end of this and I'm tired and I'm sleepy and I'm tired and I'm sleepy. So listen, I think, hey, look, man, that was number one, A1, what you said, man. I'm going to go watch that movie and hope let the people know we bought that movie for to make Netflix go up. That was a great way to end this. We're going to end that. So listen. Hit the subscribe, hit that like, hit that share. You got what I'm saying? Hit the subscribe button, hit the share, hit the like button, and leave a comment. We're on all streaming platforms. As you can see down at the bottom, we had all these streaming platforms down there at the bottom down here. You can find us. Hit us on our IG, on the line podcast, DSN. Check out our shows on DSN. Check out our shows on JJFomby YouTube channel. Check us out on Instagram. Hey, and check us out on Roku and Amazon Fire Stick. Artist Shield, we out of here.
Thank you.
Every day I wake for like my life on the line. Jungle in these streets, big beats are on the line. Hustle to increase, put it all on the line. House to spouse, family, freedom, walking yards on the line. Every day on the line. Every day on the line.